This is the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast, episode 326.
I program my home computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. We have the technology.
Why, hello everybody. This is Adam Sorb, the host of the Kitchen Sink WP Podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. We have an event next weekend. It's online. It's WordCamp Kent. And I got to tell you, WordCamp Kent is one of my favorite WordCamps. I went many years in a row, and then I missed, I think it was last year, and then this year, of course, I was going to go, but now it's online. So it is WordCamp Kent online, May 30th and 31st. It's free. Check it out. I would attend this year online, but I will actually be on vacation. That's right. I'm going away. I'm getting away for a few days with some buddies up to a lake house. Socially distant, only a couple of us. There's enough rooms for everyone to have their own room, enough beds, etc. So FYI, I'll be safe. But you should definitely go. Check it out. And like I said last couple of weeks, if you have something you want me to share that's online, let me know, and I will share it here as well. All right, segment one in the news. WordCamp US is still taking speaker submissions through May 31st. So from the time of this episode coming out, you have like a full week, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely, if you want to speak at WordCamp US, you should submit a talk. And it's online. It'll be digital, so you don't even have to leave the comfort of your home, your living room, your bedroom, your home office, the kitchen table. Just go ahead and submit a talk. It'd be awesome to have you there. Also in the news, BuddyPress 6.0 released with some new groups and member blocks. These are some amazing blocks, apparently. So BuddyPress lets you have like a community inside of a WordPress install, kind of like its own little mini Facebook, if you will. So check that out, which is pretty cool. And BuddyPress, I did a review. I looked at BuddyPress and Peepso many years ago. It might be time for me to revisit those solutions to see about setting up communities with the inside of WordPress. Maybe I'll do that later this year. So, all right, we'll see about that. All right, anything else in the news? Nope, that's it for this week. Segment two, the meat and potatoes of this week's show. We are talking about alternate CMSs to WordPress once again, once a month for the rest of the year. And it's a new month, so I haven't done one this month. And this week, it's the last of the big three, as I call them. Squarespace, Weebly, and now Wix. So this last week, I went through and tried out Wix, and again, try to build it for a friend of mine. I say air quotes. He is a friend. I use his name, and he's in real estate. He's here locally, but he doesn't know I'm doing this on his behalf. I'm just trying to use that as the baseline, how to build a quick WordPress, a quick website for a real estate agent, basic. That way it's consistent across the board. So I signed up for an account, and once I did that, the onboarding experience is interesting. They're how kind of consistent yet slightly different they are and what happens. So I created an account, and it says right off the bat, we want you to have a great experience. There's a button, click the button, and it asks you a slew of questions. First and foremost, who do you want to create the website for? The options were myself, a company, a client, startup, or someone else. I went with company. Asked me, had I created a website before? Options were first time, I make a few, I make many, I'm a pro. What's the role in the company? Designer, development, marketing, sales, manager, or other? How many people in the company? And this was interesting. These questions kept coming, about 5 or 6 questions down, I guess. How many people in the company? What kind of website does the company need? And then that was actually a cool one because it asks for the website, what is it? What do you need? And it gives you suggestions. I entered real estate, and as I typed it, it filled in agent for me. So it searched its database, and it gave me the autofill of real estate agent, and I selected that. And then, which is cool. So that way I'm kind of feeling like versus Weebly, where they didn't really have one, the old themes and templates easily found, like I mentioned. This was better. And then it took me to, the next page was what I needed on the site. And the main area, first choices were booking, chat, blog, and option for maybe later to select. And the secondary area was like if I wanted online store, video, events, Instagram feed, pricing, forum, etc. So I selected blog and subscribe form. And then I was asked to enter the name of the business, which I did. I could give now an option to import copy, like a text copy, via pasting a link from a URL from another source. I thought that was interesting, but since there is no other source right now, I just skipped that. You can add a logo, which I did. You can add an address, telephone number, fax, which I thought was kind of funny, social media links, etc. And you can pick a theme. And what's interesting here was, the theme was, there were 6 choices. I picked luxury. You can pick a color palette, which I thought was pretty cool. Or you could skip this. The color palette was neat because it gives you color palette based on the logo that you uploaded, which I thought was pretty darn cool. I didn't love some of the lighter shades of the red in this logo that I had put up there, but nonetheless, I thought that was pretty neat. And then from there, what I thought was neat was it gives you 3 options of a homepage. Not too many. I think 3 is a great number to start with. That's what we do when we build sites for clients. We give people based on their on discovery and scope, and then looks and likes and dislikes and sites that they compete with. We give them about 3, and then we narrow it down. So I chose one, and then the site Wix went ahead and created a bunch of pages for me, added images that matched the business of real estate. And when I say a bunch of pages, it was the homepage to start, actually, and looking back at it now, and it was the blog page, because those are the only 2 I selected that I wanted from the get-go. So what I see first, once I get that next page, the Wix interface. It's pretty standard stuff. Top area of navigation of Wix is clean. There's pages area, there's add design, there's a manage blog, there's help. And clicking the help button gives you a panel to the right with a bunch of information, which looks to be very comprehensive. I thought that was pretty nice. In the top nav area, you can also upgrade. We'll talk about that later. Preview what the site was going to look like, or the page you're working on. So you can preview either the page or the whole site. See what it looks like in mobile, etc. So poking around, as I did both with Squarespace and Weebly in the months past, what's presented is a single page site to start. The standard landing page, if you will. It contains all the relevant information on the page: the hero image, title, contact me button, certain areas of information for real estate, specifically home, appraisals, testimonials, contact form, where I'm located or where the agent's located, and then it links to that. Those links would then go to separate pages if they existed. Very similar to how we build things in WordPress right now. Nothing groundbreaking there. Adding new sections was easy enough. There's a plus button, which reminds me again of the Gutenberg editor. And once you click that button, there are at least a dozen choices of things, of different blocks, right? Schedule, price list, news, products. And then within each one of those blocks you click, you get additional options of, let's say, a preset design. Saves you a lot of time, which I thought was pretty cool. I clicked price list, and then within price list, there were 4 preset templates that I can then click and drag into the new area of the web page. So moving the blocks up and down, easy enough, as is changing the font and style within the pages was relatively simple. Fonts, you can also then select different fonts. I don't remember seeing actually font names versus just an overall theme like classic or fun or retro. I don't remember seeing the actual font names there, but nonetheless, maybe they were. I didn't see them easily in front of me that way. And I didn't really dive into any of the back-end potential code this time around. I just didn't, like I did last time. It was much within Weebly. It seemed to be a lot more up front that I could actually do some CSS and some HTML code. I didn't check it this time. So moving blocks around, not a problem. Removing blocks and the content areas, also simple enough. There's like a little, in each area, there's 3 dots. It looks like a little mini hamburger menu. Click on it, says delete, and you delete it. So regarding the upgrade options, like I mentioned earlier, so they do have a free level, if I'm not mistaken, and it has the Wix branding in the site, and it has a limited bandwidth. So you're only allowed 2 gigabytes, I'm guessing, per month for bandwidth. So if you're going to have a popular website, if you want to drive traffic, I'm not so sure that free level is going to work at all. The paid levels start at $13 a month. They have some other tiers, obviously, $17, $22, $39 for personal use, unlimited bandwidth, more storage, etc. And business plans start at $23 a month. They go up to $500 for enterprise. So I can't really imagine. I guess $500 to paid Wix. That just seems crazy to me. But a month. I don't know. To each his own, I suppose. But if you need that level of something and you want to just, you like what they have, I guess that works for you. So I don't know. So once again, I find myself at a spot where if someone asked me if I would build them a site in Wix, would I? And the answer is no, because a couple reasons. One, it's not what I do, number one. Number two, I recently finished the book Good to Great. And I'm sticking with the hedgehog concept and the flywheel approach, meaning that after 10 years of doing what I'm doing, it's working for me, for here, my agency side of things, and I'm going to stick with WordPress. Okay. So would I recommend Wix? Yeah, like I would recommend Squarespace and, Weebly for other people. For the right person, it could make perfect sense. Now, who are those people? Well, maybe people who don't want to deal with the technical and the hosting type of things and having to go get those things, it is an all-in-one platform, much like Squarespace and Weebly. But you can get those things also in the WordPress space. You can pay other agencies, you can pay other people to be fully managed. So I still like the open source aspect. I like the community, obviously, behind WordPress, as you all know. But it's a tool like anything else. You use the right tool for the project at mind, in hand, and your mileage may vary. Some people love it, some people hate it. Those higher end packages seem to be, tailored to certain things. I think if you're just starting out and you have no idea where to start, sure, Wix may be a tool for you. I do like some of their designs, like anything else. I can build anything. If we see something, if someone said, hey, we like this design in Wix, like this layout, we can do that over in our agency in WordPress and have full control over your content, and you own your content, and etc. Whole separate story there. So, that's Wix in a nutshell. I kind of did it if I had to compare the three so far, I think I liked Wix for a split second, or maybe just barely a little bit more than I did Weebly. But Weebly had the code back end a little bit. Squarespace, I don't know. They're all up in that same area. Down the line, the next month when we do another one of these, there are some other CMSs out there that you have probably never heard of, or maybe not even noticed, that are some big enterprise level companies use. I'm going to dive into those and see what those look like. So we'll do some more of this as well. And we'll check it out. All right, moving on. Segment 3, tip and tool of the week. This week's tip, it's a website. It's called PNGKIT.com. You can explore free, transparent PNG images. I was looking for some logos for something, and I needed them in PNG, and I found the site called PNGKIT.com. Free. I have no connection to them. Kind of cool. Like just their homepage right off the way shows Zoom. There's something there. Minecraft, skins, just random stuff. You can type in anything here. What if I typed in WordPress here? I'm curious. WordPress, what comes up? The logo comes up, and Drupal comes up. Just different PNG logos. Some are Fogos, some are real. I'm thinking that one might be real. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So check it out over at pngkit.com. All right, that is this week's episode. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in via email, adam@kitchensinkwp.com. Use the speak pipe function on the website. You want to support the show? You can become a Patreon. Thank you to the people who have signed up recently. I really do appreciate your support. You want to sponsor the show? You can do that too. There's a form on the website. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right, bye-bye.